Hi, remember fitness? That's the word that you used at the beginning of the year. You said you would exercise, didn't you? I did too. Our guest today is going to show us how we can get back to that promise and get our bodies in shape. Hi, I'm Pamela Young, and this is Let's Do Lunch with Pamela. Joining us today is a fitness specialist. Her name is Andrea George, and she owns Workouts by Andrea. She's also host of Fitsational, and it sounds so exciting. Welcome, Andrea. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Oh, good. Thank you for joining us for lunch today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Love the salad idea, and knowing that all that fattening dressing that I'm so accustomed to having, we're not going to have that.
And that's right.
For our lunch today. Wonderful.
And to keep it light and simple.
Absolutely. Well, tell us, Andrea, how did you get started in fitness?
I got started in fitness right after college. I worked at a fitness center called Fitness Unlimited. And I worked there about 8 years, and then after that organization folded, I went into corporate fitness and then went on into owning my own business.
Well, Andrea, when you got that job out of college, was it your way to do that so that you could afford to exercise, or what exactly motivated you to do that?
It's my field in college was health and fitness, so my goal was to always be in fitness and in some capacity. And playing in sports, I knew that I needed to get involved in some type of career that was going to keep me moving, and that was fitness related, because that's all I knew was fitness.
Oh, and there's a lot of young women that walk around the beaches, and I look at their bodies and I go, gee, I never had a body like that. What does a woman need to do to slim down or tone down to look appealing in a swimming suit?
First of all, I think, as women, we need to identify who we are as opposed to identifying or trying to be like someone that's on a magazine cover. When you try to be like someone else, that's where you fail, because if you don't look like that, then you give up. But I think when you recognize who you are, how you were built, what your bone structure is like, what the thickness of your skin is like, then you'll begin to realize and to develop programs and exercises that are beneficial to your body as opposed to someone else's body. Because 9 times out of 10, the people that you see on TV or on the magazine covers, those are not their bodies. Those are made bodies. And that's what society looks at. Those are our role models. But half of those people don't even know what they look like.
Back before, long time ago, before our time, surely, plump women were attractive. If you look at some of the old paintings, plump was in. And then all of a sudden the Twiggy era came about.
Right.
And with that, you hear a lot about eating disorders, because our young women are growing up to be older women, but they have this image of being bone thin.
Right.
How can we get around that particular image of ourselves and look at more healthy lifestyles?
As women, we need to stop looking at the outside, because you can't change anything on the outside until you change the inside. And a lot of our fitness or lack of fitness is because of the insecurities on the inside. As women, we have a lot of emotions that play into how we look and how we feel. If you wake up in the morning and you say, I don't feel good, then you don't feel good, and then you don't do anything to make you feel good, because you've gotten up and you've said something, you put something negative, into your system.
Oh, absolutely.
Instead of putting something positive, I don't feel good, but I'm going to get up and I'm going to walk, or I'm going to do something to get some energy flowing through my body so that I can feel a lot better.
So should like young women make it a point to get out and walk and exercise? It just seems that it is, they go to school, they have physical education, and then that's a drag. That's school. So they get out of school and they don't do those activities. What do you recommend to get around that issue?
Just simple things is, when you get up in the morning, just doing a, big inhale and a, an exhale, because what that's doing is that's stretching your muscles. It's releasing all the tension that is built up through the night. It's amazing how many people sleep with a lot of animosity, and when you wake up with that, you need to do something to release and to relax. That's just pulling the abdominals in. Even as we sit here, you can stay contracted, because a sit-up, all that is a contraction of the stomach muscles. So if you learn to do that, you don't have to go anywhere to do that. When you're brushing your teeth, while you're eating, keep your abdominals contracted, because the tighter the stomach, the less food you're going to take in. And when those stomach muscles fill up, that means that you're full. Brushing your teeth, ironing your clothes, cooking, anything that you do, stay contracted. Because you remember as teenagers, you had to lay on the bed to get those jeans on, and you kept that stuff. You would not let that stomach
lay down and zip up your jeans, right?
And you would walk around in school like that all day long. But as we get older and we get comfortable with our families and our loved ones, our bodies are the one thing that we let go. And as Americans, we accept each other. We're more accepting of our bodies, and it's like, I don't want to tell my spouse that, she's a little bit overweight, or I don't want to tell my husband that, his stomach's, because of, we're afraid of the emotions that person is going to go through. But each individual needs to take it upon himself to keep that body that was given to them. We have a responsibility.
Oh, well, look at the family. How, with cooking meals, usually now I understand families are here and there and everywhere, but how does a family come together and eat better as a group or individually? What are some of the tips?
I think more meals should be prepared. A lot of people, especially that come through my fitness facility, they always say, I got to go home and throw something together. Well, when you have to throw something together, you pick and pull from, the grease, and the quick things to fix are unfortunately the fatty things. You put it in a pan, you fry it, it's done just like that. Baking takes longer, but baking is a lot healthier. So this is a quick society. Everything has to be done right now. But I think preparation should start like at the beginning of the week. Plan what you're going to eat. You don't always have to, if you eat a heavy meal on Sunday, which most families do, then the rest of the week, the body doesn't require that much food. Have a vegetarian meal on Monday night. You just come off of a heavy dinner on Sunday.
Right.
Tuesday night, soups and salads. Wednesday night, sandwiches and fruits or chips or, things like that. So I think if families would get more into planning the meals and letting your family know, post it on the refrigerator. This is what we're going to have Monday night. This is just like a menu at school. So everybody, it gives, like your husband, if he knows, well, we're going to have a heavy dinner tonight, I'm going to eat a light lunch. Everybody in the family has to start evaluating what's going to be on the menu at 6 o'clock, and then start making the adjustments throughout the day to accommodate what you're going to eat that evening. And walk, exercise as families.
Families should do exercising and eat well together. After we finish eating our salads and as we go through the no-fat dressing, we'll come back and we'll talk about aerobicizing.